What's up? It's Matt from Total Drummer. Glad you're here. We're gonna break down 7/8 and learn a really basic drum beat to get you going. 7/8 time signature. A lot of people get really scared about 7/8, but they shouldn't. It's not hard. It's just a bunch of numbers. So what does it mean? So in time signatures, 4/4 is the most common time signature. Top number is how many beats are in the bar. Bottom number is the note value. 4/4 means 4 quarter notes in a bar. A quarter note lasts for 1 beat. Now an eighth note lasts for half a beat. Remember that, okay? So 2 halves are in a whole, so 2 eighth notes are in 1 quarter note. So when we've got 4 quarter notes in a bar, or 4 whole beats, we've therefore got 8 eighth notes in a bar, or like 8 halves, right? That's why they're called eighth notes, because 8 of them in a bar are 4/4. Okay? Remember that, 8 eighth notes in 4/4. You're used to 4/4, it's easy. Now 7/8, 7 at the top, 8 at the bottom. It means 7 eighth notes in a bar. That's it. Okay? Now we already said 4/4 has 8 eighth notes in a bar. 7/8 has 7 eighth notes. 7 is 1 less than 8. That's it. There's 1 less eighth note in the bar. So if you think about your most basic beat, your boom, boom, it's just that, but without the last note. All right? So here's the beat I mean on the drum kit. Okay, you know that beat. If you don't know that beat, you shouldn't be learning 7/8 just yet. Go and learn that beat and then come back, all right? But I think you know that beat. So, to play a really basic 7/8 beat, a bit like you heard me do right at the very beginning, all we have to do is take off the very last hi-hat from that beat. So we take off the last hi-hat, so it goes bass and snare and bass and snare, and that and has to go. So in concept, that's it. It's really, really easy. Now we normally count in 4/4. We count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now when we come to 7, we're not going to do all that and stuff. We're just going to count the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I counted 7 because 7 is 2 syllables. So if you count 7, you've just added a note back on, and we're back on 8 eighth notes, which is 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8. All right? So we just count 7. 1 syllable for 1 note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get used to the counting before you even try and play this on the drums, because that's it. Okay, so in concept, this is fairly easy, right? We just took that last hi-hat off, and then we're playing a 7/8 beat. However, since the moment you were born, you've probably been listening to all sorts of music in 4/4. It's natural. Since the day you started drumming, you were playing 4/4, probably. So that's our natural instinct. We want to play that last note. We want to make it up to 4/4. So you're going to have to override your natural instinct, make it 7. This will take a lot of focus, a lot of concentration. You're going to have to count really carefully, but you'll get there. I mean, in theory, if you played 7/8 every day, it will become as easy as 4/4. Okay, it can become that easy and free, but right now you're going to have to really, really focus. So let's just try counting that and just playing it on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, good. So all we need to do now is bring back in the bass and snare. You already know how to do it because we're basing it on the 4/4 rock beat that you learn right at the beginning of your drumming life. Okay, so we're going to add the basses and snares in really, really slowly. I'm going to play it for you as 1 bar first of all, then we're going to loop it. Now when we loop it, this is where it becomes difficult because you want to play that last hi-hat, the 4 and, but you're not 8, so you're going to go 5, 6, 7, 1, back to 1. And what I find when people learn this, sometimes they can hit the 1 easily, they come back to the bass drum with the 1, but then the snare, which should be on 3, ends up being on 4. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. That snare should be on 3, but I think they're compensating for the fact they came around 1 note early, so they're kind of adding 1 more note in before the snare because it naturally brings us back to 4/4. We've added that little note back in. All right, so it's the body's clever little way there of just sneaking another note in, and then we're back to 4/4 and we're comfortable. So don't let it happen. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Now, after you've hit that snare on the 3 in the second bar, the rest tends to flow. So I think your 2 key points to focus on are hitting the bass on beat 1 and then hitting the snare on beat 3, and the rest kind of follows kind of easily. Let's have a listen to it anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I hope that was fun. I hope that made sense. Just a little insight, just a beginner kind of insight into 7/8 time signature and how to play it on the drums. If you enjoyed it, if you're ready to take it to the next level, you can there's links below this video, so you can check out a much harder funk beat in 7/8, and that beat goes with a 7/8 play along called Topiary 7. That's in the link below here as well. It's kind of tough, so something to work towards, I think. But if you want to work your way up there's also a link below this for a course in 7/8. So I'll build on what we've learned here, add some more variations, learn to do fills, because that's where a lot of people fall apart, is moving away from the safety net of that drum beat into fills. So we're going to look at a whole bunch of ideas there to really get you a bit more fluid and a bit more natural within 7/8. But for now, enjoy this beat, get it going. You will need it at some point, somewhere down the line. You'll be glad you learnt a bit of 7/8. And if not, it's just good fun.